In the heart of Oakland, California, during the turbulent 1960s, two young men who made a decision that would rattle the foundations of American power. This is the story of how two college students ignited a movement that would captivate the nation.
In America, black people are treated very much as the Vietnamese people or any other colonized people, because we're brutalized. The police in our community occupy our area, our community, as a foreign troop occupies territory. And the police are there not to, in our community, not to promote our welfare or for our security and our safety, but they're there to contain us, to brutalize us and murder us, because they have their orders to do so.
Huey P. Newton, born in Monroe, Louisiana in 1942, moved with his family to Oakland in 1945. Despite struggling academically in his early years, Newton taught himself to read and developed a deep interest in political theory, studying the works of Karl Marx, Vladimir Lenin, Franz Fanon, and Malcolm X. He later pursued law studies at San Francisco Law School, aiming to understand the legal system that governed his community. Bobby Seale, born in 1936 in Dallas, Texas, also relocated to Oakland, where he became an aircraft mechanic and later enrolled at Merritt College to study engineering and political science. Seale was profoundly influenced by the speeches of Malcolm X and became active in civil rights advocacy. At Merritt College, Newton and Seale joined the Afro-American Association, led by Donald Worden. However, they grew disillusioned with the organization's approach, seeking more direct action to address the systemic injustices faced by African Americans.
People aren't hip to that yet. They're not really aware of it. They know some shit's going on in this country somewhere. But a lot of people out there don't know where it's at. They think it's the black people doing it, you dig? That all those riots are causing my life to be miserable in all areas, you know. And they really haven't focused in on the fact that it's the pigs and their mentors, the people who control the pigs, the power structure, those bald-headed businessmen at the Chamber of Commerce, you see? They're not turned on to that power structure. They just know that life is becoming increasingly miserable for everybody.
In 1966, channeling their shared frustrations and revolutionary zeal, Newton and Seale founded the Black Panther Party for self-defense. Their mission? To monitor police behavior and challenge police brutality in black communities, while also implementing community social programs. Huey Newton and Bobby Seale weren't born radicals. They were born into systems that gave them no choice. Oakland was crawling with police, but justice was nowhere in sight. So they stopped asking and started organizing. Armed with law books, community smarts, and a revolutionary mindset, they launched the Black Panther Party. Their first recruit was a 16-year-old named Bobby Hutton. They took to the streets, patrolling the cops with shotguns and legal codes in hand. But it didn't stop there. The Panthers believed revolution meant survival, and survival meant service. They fed thousands of children before school through their free breakfast program. They set up free clinics, ambulance services, education classes, and programs for prisoners' families. And as their message spread, so did the movement. Chapters popped up across the country: Chicago, New York, LA, and leading the charge were names history won't forget: Fred Hampton, Eldridge Cleaver, Kathleen Cleaver, Elaine Brown, Geronimo Pratt, David Hilliard, Hata Shakur. This wasn't just a group. It was a network of unapologetic, educated, armed black power. And for the first time in a long time, America had to listen. J. Edgar Hoover, head of the FBI, didn't mince words. He called the Black Panther Party the greatest threat to the internal security of the United States. Because the Panthers were organized, armed legally, educating the people, uniting poor black, Latino, and even white groups. And most importantly, they weren't scared. The government didn't fear black violence. It feared black unity. And with that, the war began. Under a covert program called COINTELPRO, the FBI launched surveillance, wiretaps, infiltration, and psychological warfare, not just on leaders, but on entire chapters. Informants were planted, friendships were fractured, false letters were sent to stir distrust. They didn't just try to arrest the Panthers, they tried to erase them from the inside out. In 1969, Chicago police, backed by the FBI, raided the apartment of Fred Hampton, a rising Panther star. He was shot dead in his sleep at just 21 years old. No warning, no struggle, over 90 bullets fired, most from law enforcement. Across the country, Panther offices were raided, members were jailed, exiled, or killed. The movement bled from every direction. By the early 1970s, the Black Panther Party was at war on every front, and the cracks were starting to show. FBI attacks had worked. Chapters across the country were riddled with paranoia, betrayal, and broken trust. Key leaders were either dead, imprisoned, or forced into exile. Huey Newton returned from jail a different man, haunted, paranoid, and increasingly isolated. Bobby Seale distanced himself from the party's internal chaos. Power struggles erupted between leadership. Some members wanted revolution in the streets. Others pushed for community work and political legitimacy. That split vision tore them apart. By 1982, the last remaining Panther chapter, in Oakland, closed its doors. The Panthers changed how Black America saw itself. Armed, educated, and unafraid, they exposed America's fear of black power. They gave birth to new generations of resistance. From hip-hop to modern activism, you can raid an office, you can silence a voice, but you can't kill an idea.